6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to Tamra Simon's Live, episode 6 of the Real Estate Power Chat. And today we are fortunate enough to have Angela Fazio. And for those of you who don't know Angela Fazio, together with her husband, Chuck, they have been top producing real estate agents. They have ran a top team and were owners of the single largest independent brokerage in the world. Now they run an international real estate business with over 7,000 agents worldwide. Blows me away. They are now named one of the top 125 most successful business leaders in Success Magazine for 2022. Welcome, Angela. Thank you so much for joining me today.
I'm so grateful to be here, Tamra. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. You know, for those that are not familiar with you and Chuck, let's kind of talk about your journey.
Okay, this is so fun because I met my husband over 21 years ago. My very first day in business in real estate, we met. And the first year that we were working together, first of all, you have to hear we just met each other's story. It's ridiculous. I won't say it now, but you can learn it.
I love it.
We did not get along at first. Let me put it that way. And so, but when we finally, a couple months later, partnered up, we spent the first almost year being complete failures in the business. We literally know what it's like to be a failure in real estate. And almost part of that, almost 90% statistic of agents who fail out in the first 2 years. And so I have a huge passion just in my heart for real estate agents who are trying to start out. Anyway, that's another story. So we were complete failures. We almost moved in with his parents. I was like 30 and I was about to move in with his parents. But thank the Lord, that turned a corner. Literally thank Jesus. And we were one of the top real estate agents in the nation way back in 2002, 3, 4, whatever, selling like 40 million in real estate in Arizona, which was like 300 homes at the time. It was a lot of homes. Yeah. And we ran a top team and we did open up a brokerage because at the time it seemed the only logical next step in building something bigger. So we opened up a brokerage at the end of 2005 and grew it, like you said, Tamra, to be the number one single office independent brokerage in the world, having 906 agents and closing, 6,000 homes a year. I can hardly believe that. And so when we learned about eXp, I'm making it simpler than it sounds. When we really learned about what we're doing at eXp, we decided this after 6 months of prayer and no sleeping, we decided, okay, we're going to close down our brokerage, like literally close it down. Don't get paid for it. Don't sell it. And we're going to move over to eXp so that we can build something bigger and bless more people's lives. I mean, that's the Reader's Digest story for those of you who even know what Reader's Digest is. To be honest. Maybe Cliff Notes. I don't even know what it is today, but we really understand how to build successful teams, how to build successful brokerages, and how to build successful organizations. And that's such a blessing.
Now, how did you come to that conclusion of closing down such a successful brokerage? I mean, it's my understanding you had 906 agents under one roof.
We did. It was one location here in Arizona. And it was an arduous process because I love Jesus and God had given us that office. He had said, you're going to open this, you're going to bless people, you're going to help people to achieve their goals. My superpower is I love to find out what your goals are and let's figure out how to achieve it. So we really felt like we were doing what we were supposed to be doing hyper locally here in Chandler, Arizona. When we were introduced with the idea that we can do it in such a broader way, it took a minute for us to wrap our minds around that. And so ultimately there were so many reasons why we did it. It was everything from the ability to give our agents healthcare. I mean, it was that simple, to even okay, I used to have these agents under me, and maybe we could help them in production, and maybe we could help them to grow their business, but we weren't truly partners. Like we were helping them, and it was significant, but it wasn't locking arms with them and making the same difference that we can make today. But the ideas are the same. A lot of team leaders, a lot of broker owners that I talk to, a lot of people who just want to build something extraordinary, who have a passion to help people, have the same mentality. How do I come alongside somebody, help them to be incredibly successful, and how can I benefit at the same time? Because let's face it, you know what? I don't do it for the money, but I've been broke happy, and I've been happy with money. It's a little more fun with money. I'm not going to lie. So there has to be all of these things that come together. And Chuck and I, our hearts are ultimately to help people. And we just decided that we were not going to do it as effectively, hyper locally, as a mom and pop shop. Even though we were 906 agents strong, we weren't going to do it as effectively as we could do it at eXp. That's just the bottom line without all the details.
Right. Now, going to the fact that you're now over 7,000 agents, I mean,
yeah.
How do you grow a team that large?
That is such the craziest question. My husband and I were at dinner last night with some ballers out of Canada. And we were talking about that very thing. And what is really interesting about the power of locking arms, the power of true leverage, the power of surrounding yourself with the right people. We were able to put ourselves in, okay, let me put it this way, Tamra. When we were running Revelation, and I mean this humbly, we were the smartest people in the room, and it was boring. I mean, I don't mean that in an egotistical way. It's like, seek where I can. How do I grow? And we had to seek outside the industry and seek other organizations. And we have a hunger to learn that gets suppressed, by the way. You don't even know what's happening if you aren't surrounded by bigger thinkers. And so when we moved over to eXp, there's a lot of things we expected, but there was so much more that we didn't expect. For example, thank the Lord, we are not the smartest people in the room. We are surrounded with these people who are driven with passion, have talents and skills and different niches and expertise than us, and able to think bigger and think bigger. And it's like it's a momentum. Mm-hmm. And so when we started to work with people who were as passionate as we are and had the desire and everything to go with it, and big thinkers, and you start to like talk together, just even talk together, and never mind adding resources, adding leverage points, putting skill sets and systems and everything together. We didn't build 7,400 people. Right. We locked arms with other people who locked arms with other people, and with other people who said, let's do something great and something big. Not every single person, but key right. people. We didn't do it. We all did it. We're not superhuman. We just recognized an opportunity to go find really passionate, amazing, skillful people and say, let's work together to do something great. That's how we got to over 7,500 people. It was certainly not just ourselves.
And I love that. That's one of the things that I absolutely love about eXp is because I've been in business now 18 years, and no one likes to share. No one likes to reach down and help pull you up. That was never anything that, they would give you small points, if you had a
not
question.
Enough to do anything with.
No. And here, everybody's like, come on over, what do you need help with? And in order to grow a team as large as yours, you're doing a lot of, how can I help you?
Tamra, and it's really intentional too. So I've always been a person of, I'm not going to not show you what I'm doing because I think you're going to steal it. That's just never been the way that I'm wired. And so now I'm surrounded by other people who are either incentivized, maybe they weren't like that naturally, but now they're incentivized to take the blinders off. But literally, when we get down into the weeds, we are in an atmosphere where, for example, I run Power Women, and Power Women is a bunch of ladies who get together and say, how do you authentically agent attract? How do you find people who are hurting in the industry and need something more? And how do you come alongside them in an authentic way, build relationship with them, and show them a better way? Some people call that recruiting, right? And it is. And that's not a bad word.
Nasty word in real estate.
But it's not. That's a silly thing to say. But it truly is my heart to say there are so many lonely, underproductive, miserable agents out there trying to make it in the traditional sense. And they're just scared to get out of their comfort zone because they've been at this brokerage and then they jump to this brokerage, think it's going to be different. And then they jump to this brokerage and they think it's going to be different, but it's no different until you open your mind to say, okay, what am I really after? Like, am I after growth or whatever? It doesn't matter. And so I go alongside women. I say, I know how to recruit. Let's call it recruit, authentic, agent, attract, whatever. It's helping people to achieve their goals. How do you do that? How do you practically do that? For me, it's a lot of coming alongside of women and saying, this career is fantastic. It works for every season of your life. I don't care if you have little kids running all over your house or you're an empty nester and you're reinventing yourself and everything in between. Real estate is a fantastic career for women, men too, but that's my focus. And so I say, listen, how do we find these women, show them that we care, build a relationship with them, and make them finally say, all right, I get it. You actually care. What do you have? And then what we have is fantastic. It'll change anybody's life. But you've got to get to the place and find process and procedural ways to get in front of these people, to build a relationship, bring them value, and convince them that you're in it for their good. They're good, right? And that's what I call recruiting. And that's how you build anything. That's how you build anything. Yeah.
Now do you throw events for these women's seminars that you put on, correct?
All kinds of things. So I do a couple podcasts for women, one called Moms in Real Estate, and Girl Educate Yourself is a part of that. And so I do a twice a year women's event called Flourish. And so women, it's not just eXp, has nothing to do with that. It's women all over the United States who fly in to fellowship together to learn about practical things, mindset things, real estate knowledge, and be encouraged and empowered and educated to go out there and be the best version of yourself, right? As a woman, as a mom, as whatever you are. And so that's just a sliver. I'm in the business of this. For me, real estate's my ministry, right? God put me on this earth, gave me a superpower, whatever he gave me, and this is how I live it out. My purpose is, through the various ways that I'm able to reach people, I do that, right? It's not that complicated, but it can be powerful, especially in this platform of eXp. So everyone's like, oh, you're just trying to get me to come to your company. Well, yeah, but for a good reason. Right. Somebody says to me on the phone the other day, she goes, Angela, are you trying to recruit me? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm trying to recruit you. But it's not for the reasons why you think I'm trying to recruit you. It's because I'm genuinely excited about what we can do to enhance your life. And I know you are the same way. It's just true.
Well, and I think that's something that's missed if they don't have an open mind, to where they'll take a moment and take a look. Because
I agree.
A lot of what you don't realize is available.
Oh, you want to hear something funny? Here's something funny. I love that God has afforded us to have the experience of running a brokerage, because that's a shit show. I mean, it was really rewarding. It was a super big blessing. Shit show. Okay. It was a lot. And I'm grateful for it. I just don't ever want to do it again. But here's the funny thing. Some people are like, you guys are a bunch of recruiters, or all eXp wants to do is recruit. Well, okay. Let's back up and slow down for a minute. I ran Revelation Real Estate. The only way any company grows, any team, any company, anything grows, is to get people to say, I raise my hand and I want to work with you. That's the only way anything grows in real estate. There's no exception. And so recruiting is every real estate team, brokerage, partnership, put whatever name. That's the only way it works. And so in traditional real estate, here's how it worked. At Revelation, I had hired recruiters, but the truth of the matter, here's what I found out. It wasn't my recruiter bringing in people. It was my people at my company who loved what we had, who said to other agents, oh my God, you have to come work with me because this is amazing. It's changed my life. And so, yeah, I had a recruiter, but it was really my agents who recruited other agents. And do you know what I was able to do for those agents who recruited other agents? I said, thanks, guys. Maybe I gave them a Starbucks gift card. There wasn't anything I could really do for them significant. And so when people say eXp is just a bunch of recruiters, well, yeah, so is every company. They're just hiding it. We just happen to have a model and an organization where the founder said, you know what? I already recognize that you agents are my best source. By the way, only 12% of us recruit. Neither here nor there. But we understand you're our best source. So instead of paying for buildings and recruiters, and I'm going to say who's doing a good job of helping agents to become successful and bring them to eXp. Oh, you are, Angela? Great. I'm going to give you money. That's the only difference. Mm-hmm. It's still the same game as every other brokerage. And so I love it when XYZ brokerage says, oh, you don't want to go with them. All they are a bunch of recruiters. I'm like, really? So are you. You're just not that good at it. You know what I mean? So are you. You're stuck at it. So it's really about, from my perspective, and there's some bad eggs out there. There's always bad eggs. For me, it's like, I have something I believe in. I have something that I know makes a difference. And so I just want to find people who are looking for that. Absolutely. I don't care if you tell me to piss off. I don't care, because I don't want to talk to people who tell me to piss off. It's not my deal. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm looking for that person who says, I never knew it existed. You've changed my life. Like Lakil in Los Angeles, a single mother who was struggling and just needed direction. She's got direction and a community and a people who think she cares. There you go. That's a win.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm super passionate about it. And I'm not that I only have like one or two emotions, but I'm a little emotional about it because what we do matters. It can be great.
Well, and I, cause I know that I looked at it numerous times before I finally went, oh my, how did I miss this? And I just came to the conclusion that it wasn't time. I wasn't ready yet, to fully be encapsulated in this group of wonderful, amazing humans. And I have yet to find one that's not amazing since I've been here, because I keep I keep finding people such as yourself that, have this warm embrace when it comes to this company. And that's what I want to align myself with, is people that have that same passion for something I've loved for years. Now it's just, I get to do something new and exciting also.
Yeah.
So I agree. Now, for those that are new and seasoned, I want to talk about your book, because I just finished up your book, Mastering Your Real Estate Career, your blueprint to move from struggle to success. I have to say, I absolutely loved it. I love the beginning of that because I loved your and Chuck's story. Your first word to Chuck cracked me up. I literally laughed out loud.
Right.
So I'm putting the link to your book in the comments here so everyone can grab it if they'd like, because I found that you really walk people through, just what is out there, kind of what to expect, and how you can make things different in your own career. So where did your motivation come to actually write that book?
It's because of our first year in real estate that we did not have to go through that pain. I am grateful for it now, but we didn't have to go through that, and nor does any other agent. Although there's not one way to be successful in real estate, there are guidelines. There is a blueprint and a map. There are foundational truths to learn to build a strong foundation. And most brokerages say, take a listing class, take an open house class, get out there, good luck. And that is a painful way to learn. I know why agents fail. They don't know what to do every day. They don't understand what does work hard mean. I can't make you work hard if you don't have it, but you can understand what work hard means. And so they don't know, they get really busy in real estate, but they don't understand why they're woo busy and not getting anywhere, because they're not on the sales path. Their activities are in the wrong places. They're learning the wrong things. You get in real estate and you think all you need to learn is real estate stuff. Nope. You need sales skills, social media, digital marketing, all these back-end systems. And you can lay that out for somebody. And I truly believe that you could take the 87 to 88% of agents who fail in the first 2 years and cut that down tremendously if we would just all recognize there is a way to do this business. And I think that the book is fun and easy to read. I wanted to make it fun and easy to read. I don't want it to be heady or boring. And I wanted it to accomplish two things. One, what mindset do you need to adopt for success? And you can work on that. And I work on it every week, all the time, every day, not every day, but most days. And then two, what is the definition of when we say you have to work hard to be successful in real estate? What does that mean? The only part of the book that I would take back, because I wrote this when I was owning Revelation Real Estate, is the part-time agent part. Since we moved to eXp, I have successfully brought dozens of agents part-time into success. The reason why I couldn't most brokerages can't is because they're not cloud-based. We're not flexible. Most brokerages can't help a part-time agent. So that's the only part of the book I would take back now and redline. But the rest of it, I feel like if you read it and you get to the end and you don't even know if you want to get into real estate, you'll be like, nope, not for me, or yes, I know what I need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I love where that come from. Now, I don't want to keep you too much longer, but I would love for you to give any last minute thoughts to my audience in regards to eXp, growth with your real estate, whatever you'd like to share.
So I am so passionate about people you can be successful anywhere. You really can. I was successful not at eXp. It's a lot more fun here. So this is not me saying you have to be at eXp, but I am so passionate about people being able to open up their own possibilities. So if you're like, you know what, Angela, I'd love to read your book, but I'm not paying for it. I don't care. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. There isn't a lot, because I don't personal coach people. There isn't a lot I can do to bless everyone, but you want me to mail you the book, I'm easily Googleable. Google me, ask me, I'll send it to you. This is a fantastic career. It's a blessing. It can work in every stage of your life. It can be as much or as little as you want it to be. And if you have any motivation to be hugely successful in real estate, that's great. You can do it. And if I can encourage you in any way, reach out and I will encourage you. But I'm not going to lie, eXp is the place to be, honestly.
Yeah, I happen to agree. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I've really enjoyed your story, and I look forward to catching more of the Mind Freak. I love to watch that during the week. So, that's it's a great way to get yourself over the hump if you're happen to having a struggle at that point in time. You and Chuck are definitely a inspiration to myself, and I'm sure many others out there.
Thank you, Tamra. That is so kind. I really appreciate you.
Well, thank you. And I hope you have a blessed rest of your day.
I will. Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time.